My name is Chris Strange, and this is the StrengthsFinder video assignment. The purpose of the StrengthsFinder is to show you basically the things that you do the best. So most people don't really know what they do best. They just automatically assume that they have these certain things are their strengths. So the StrengthsFinder actually shows you an in-depth description of the things that you do best based on the 30-minute assessment survey that you take. It applies to leadership in the way that if to be a great leader, you have to know what you do best. Because if you don't know what you do best, then you can't lead others to become better at what they do. You can't really truly be a good leader without knowing your strengths, because people won't want to follow you if you don't know what you're best at, because you're not continually getting better at the things that you're good at. After taking the 30-minute assessment, my strengths, number one, was that I was futuristic. Number two was that I displayed positivity. Number three was my ability to adapt. Number four was my consistency. And number five was my restorative features. So basically, those were my results from my assessment. And basically, what it's saying is that, number one, with futuristic, I think about my future more than I think about my past, and I also think about how my present at this moment is going to help me get to the future that I see on a daily basis. I always try to keep people thinking about the future that I want, because if I've always been told that if you speak it into existence, then it's going to happen. Number two, my positivity. I've always been told that I think about the glass half full, so I try to keep a positive mind through good and bad, because if you do, then no matter what, the outcome will be great. The outcome will, you'll have the outcome that you want. Number three was my adaptability. I'm able to adapt because being a football player, you have to think on a whim. You have to think critically in short amounts of time. So it allows me to be able to adapt to things that are just coming at me at any point in time. Number four was my consistency. I try to keep a balance to me, and especially being a student athlete, you have to find a balance in the things that you do. It's hard to go through college with assignments and sports and the things that are going on around you to keep a good balance. So I think it's important, and that's why it's one of my strengths. And my restorativeness, I'm a problem solver, so I try to see what the issue is, and then I try to deal with it. I don't like confrontation. I don't like to drag on things. I kind of like to figure out what the problem is and then attack it. My personal reaction to this was basically I thought it was very accurate. I believed that the things that it was telling me, it they were very accurate. They showed me exactly what my strengths were, and I had an idea about what my strengths were, but I definitely used this to reiterate the fact that these were my strengths. And this will influence my leadership in the way that now that I truly know what it is that I'm strong at, I'll use that to my advantage when dealing with people, and when I'm looked at to lead. Those are the ways that I can lead, and hopefully those are the things that people see as my strengths, and they can look to me as a person who can lead them in the right direction. This was my video. I would like to thank you for listening.